Hello there, my lovelies. How's it going? Welcome back to my channel, Boomy Reactions. For those of you who are new, my name's Boomy, and thank you for watching. Now, today, guys, we're going to be catching up with another Matt Mitchell video. So he did the World Cup, a Southerner's Guide to the World Cup video that I reacted to just over the weekend, and I thought, he's so funny. So here we are. We're going to watch another one of his videos. Now, this one is a little bit different. So I was going through his collection of videos. Now, this one is called The Unspoken Rules Every Southerner Knows About Tornadoes. And y'all know I have this this kind of more morbid interest, or fascination rather, with the extreme weather that you experience in the US. Mainly being tornadoes, because I think they're absolutely terrifying. I do love volcanoes as well, and you do have a few. But tornadoes, for a Brit, it's very difficult to understand those kind of that weird extreme weather, because we just don't experience over here. It rains all the time. It's not very often sunny, but our climate is very mild. We do experience tornadoes, but not very many, and we would just kind of recognize them as fast winds. Yes, they can cause damage, but on a scale of tornadoes, they're nowhere near as horrendous as the ones that you guys experience in the US. Well, how they look or appear, sound, seen. So here we are. We have a Southerner's Guide, or what every Southerner knows about, the unspoken rules every Southerner knows about tornadoes, rather. So let's crack on with the video, guys. And if you are enjoying these reactions, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you so much, my lovelies. If you're interested, guys, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account, and that link is over here. Now, let's watch the video.
No country in the world gets more tornadoes than the United States.
I love how he
and
says tornadoes.
No part of America gets bigger and nastier tornadoes than the South. Sure, Tornado Alley out in the Midwest gets a few more tornadoes every year than we do.
I was going to say the Tornado Alley is Midwest, isn't it? But then you have, what? Oh my gosh, what's the name of the other? Is it something alley? So no, it's not Tornado Alley. I know there's one just moves over into the south. I'm sure he's going to.
But ours are faster. They hit us in the middle of the night, and they stay hidden behind trees, hills, rain, and a plethora of Dollar Generals. It's just one of the few unfortunate side effects that come with living in the South. Kind of like Chihuahua-sized mosquitoes or accents that make speech-to-text completely useless.
We've got a handful of accents that can do that as well. Oh, I love the Southern accent.
Matter of fact, I sometimes forget how routine tornadoes are, especially in the part of Alabama where I live, which is what meteorologists refer to as Dixie Alley. Or if you're a country music trio from Texas, just the alley. But the second somebody from out of town experiences their very first tornado watch, I'm reminded real quick that this life ain't normal for everybody else.
Oh, is that a fair thing to say, guys? For our viewers from the southern states, do you ever get used to them? Is it part of southern life? I would be absolutely terrified, rocking in a corner, crying. I don't know how it's just accepted as normal. But then again, I am a worrier. I do panic and worry about absolutely everything. But they do scare me slightly about visiting the US.
So, for those of y'all that are new to Southern tornado season, or you just need a little refresher, here are the 10 commandments of Southern tornado season. Okay. Commandment number 1, remember thy warning system. Besides correctly pronouncing chest of drawers, there really isn't a bigger giveaway that you ain't from around here than just absolutely freaking out when you find out you're under a tornado watch.
Do you guys say chest of drawers as well? Chest of drawers, that's what I say.
Now, in case you aren't familiar, there are technically 2 different levels of tornado warnings, but for educational purposes, today there will be 3. And knowing the difference between them is critical. But I will admit, the lingo for that can get a little confusing sometimes. So, to help you better understand, I want you to just imagine a tornado as a delicious piece of fried chicken. Now, if you ever find yourself under a fried chicken watch, that means the deep fryer is on and the grease is hot. But we still ain't seen a single piece of fried chicken yet.
Yeah, so the tornado watch, you're on a high alert. It's very likely might not materialize into a tornado, but you need to be on high alert. Yeah? I love the way that he says tornado. I love that.
All the conditions are there, and it could happen at any moment, but it could also mean that fryer is getting warmed up for, just some French fries. Yes. Oh, fries would be thunderstorms in this analogy, by the way. More specifically, the crinkle cut ones, because they kind of look like little lightning bolts. Now,
getting pretty hungry.
Now, if that fried chicken watch turns into a fried chicken warning, hey, buddy, watch out, because that means a battered up piece of chicken has been spotted in that deep fryer. Or in this case, an actual tornado has been spotted, or the meteorologist sees very strong rotation on that radar that indicates a tornado is most likely there. The third and most severe warning is not officially recognized by the government or smart people with a degree in meteorology, but trust me, it is real. It is very dangerous. If you ever hear your neighbor yell, "Come and get it," that means it's here. Yeah,
come and get it.
That one kind of works both ways in the analogy. Because just like any good Southern household that's going to holler out when the fried chicken's ready, there is always at least one man in every Southern neighborhood running out to his back porch, standing there barefoot with his arms crossed, sizing up that tornado, just daring it to make the first move. Which, of course, takes us to commandment number 2. Thou shalt go on and take a gander for yourself. Now, obviously, this is not any sort of advice or recommendation.
So, come and get it is basically like, bring it on. Let's see what you got. Right? All this talk of fried chicken and shouting, "Come and get it." That's the dinner time shout, isn't it? That's when dinner's ready. Come and get it.
If you find yourself in the path of a tornado, you better get your butt in a safe space immediately, because only a mentally deranged person would willingly go outside in the middle of a tornado warning just to get a better look at it. But that being said,
mentally deranged. The storm chasers, the thrill seekers, crazies, thrill seekers. I prefer that, Tim, because it sounds nicer, doesn't it?
After you have survived your fair share of tornadoes and you find out yet another one is headed right for your property, just like a mangy stray dog that keeps coming over and knocking over your trash cans, you could very well be classified as mentally deranged. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking. Matt, a tornado ain't the same thing as a mangy stray dog, and you're right, because you can't shoot a tornado. By God, that's never stopped us from trying. You see, after you've lived through...
Please say you're joking. I mean, I can applaud the effort. I appreciate the effort.
Enough of them, something starts to change in your head, and you realize now how little control you have over the whole situation. You can watch the radar, listen to the weatherman, build a storm shelter, bury your Dale Earnhardt diecast collection / retirement fund safely underground. I mean, do everything right. And a tornado will still plow right through the middle of your house. So you think that maybe just for a second, stepping out on that back porch really ain't about being reckless. It's about letting that tornado know that you're here. You ain't scared. And you got your eyes on them. Just like that mangy stray dog coming back to your trash can for seconds. Also, who doesn't want to see a tornado? Plus, you get to go back in the house and tell the family stuff like, "Ooh, it sure is getting dark out there. And yeah, I think I saw some rotation over there in that cloud." You know, like a real-life board-certified back porch meteorologist. Oh.
I can't imagine how absolutely terrifying that would be. Oh, no. I'm definitely scared. I'm terrified of the tornado. I would not be on the front porch saying, "I'm here. I see you. I'm not going anywhere." That would not be me.
And speaking of giving out unsolicited warnings, Commandment number 3, thou shalt holler at Meemaw and let her know it's coming. The South has a long and well-documented history of being neighborly and checking up on each other, whether it be through church visiting committees or dropping off a casserole for the sick or neighbor-to-neighbor intelligence briefings, aka gossiping. But we really kick that into overdrive when
I like what he calls gossiping. It sounds, less fishwifey.
a storm is coming. As soon as you see that a loved one is in the path of a nadir, a Southerner instinctively pulls out their phone to give him a call or a text, especially if they're elderly, which, come to think of it, couldn't be any less needed because pretty much 80% of the elderly down here already have the news on their TV 24/7.
All the time, yeah.
The other 20% do too. They're just in the middle of a commercial break called the Braves game. So when you call Meemaw just to let her know, just know that she already knows. Yeah, her bad knee told her the storm was coming like a week ago.
Yeah, because you can feel it in your joints. I hear. It's like being able to smell rain. It's like you just know, you can feel it's coming.
Not to mention that she's got a yellow tinted plastic weather radio from 1993 crackling in the background while she's glued to the TV watching her favorite weatherman. And believe me, they all have a favorite weatherman. But in reality, sometimes it's just as much about checking on Meemaw as it is letting Meemaw know you're okay too.
I think the favorite weather person, weather lady, weatherman, it's the one that's right. Gives you the right intel. It's not the one that just tells you that the weather's going to be fine and lovely more frequently. It's the one that's correct.
Of course, that ain't possible if your phone dies, which is why you got to remember. Commandment number 4, thou shalt keep thy devices charged and your flashlights full of good batteries.
That's good
now,
advice.
This is when things start to get a little more serious because when a storm is coming, power ain't guaranteed. In most parts of the rural South, it's pretty much a lock, like death and taxes. Once that wind starts picking up just a little bit, you are definitely gonna lose power for the rest of the night, which means your phone, your little pocket lifeline, your connection to the outside world better not be sitting at 12%. Yet, without fail, that's exactly what it's going to be sitting on when the lights go out. Because nobody ever thinks about charging their phone until the weatherman has half his clothes off and says your county is smack dab in the middle of the polygon. Now all of a sudden everybody in the house is scrambling to charge their phone and you're playing musical chairs with 4 other people as you pass a charger cable back and forth because for some reason in this house we got plenty of USB cables but not nearly enough of them on charger blocks.
Not the blocks. Every time.
Please tell me, how the heck does this keep happening? I know I bought a 3-pack at Walmart like a year ago.
Where do they go?
Oh yeah, and don't forget about the flashlights. Every Southern household has at least 17. You just don't know where any of them are. I mean, sure, yeah, we all have a tiny one in the junk drawer, but you know it's dead. So...
Do you have those tiny little LED candles as well that, what are they going to do in an emergency? Why do we even have them? They're not going to do anything. But no one thinks to stock up on torches.
Don't even bother. Like anyway. I mean, he was dead last time you pulled it out when he had a storm, and then your dumb self just stuck it back in there without changing the battery. So now at this point, it's just a permanent stick of disappointment with a shiny little handle. Oh,
all the kids have been playing with them. They're just completely dead.
Well, yeah, there is definitely one in the garage. Maybe somewhere in there. The point is, be prepared and get your supplies together before the storm hits. Yes. You never know what moment will be your last.
Having an emergency.
And you definitely don't want to spend it cussing out the junk drawer and whatever idiot put all these loose, dead AA batteries in here. Why are they in here? Just throw them away.
Who does it? Who keeps doing it? It's a repeat offender, isn't it? There's one in every household. Why? Why keep putting those batteries back in the drawer? And why do we have a junk drawer? Why? It makes situations like this so much worse. You can't find anything, and yet everything goes back in it.
Yeah, it was probably me, but just let me be mad about it. There's really no better time to get outside and gather your supplies than right before the storm. Because commandment number 5, thou shalt cherish the suspiciously good pre-tornado weather. To be fair, it really ain't that suspicious because there's a perfectly good scientific reason for the weather we get right before a tornado. It's all about the warm air rising and then the cold front that comes in and it raises the, or it's lower the, listen, I don't fully understand, but I do know what it feels like. It feels like somebody opened a window in heaven for about 30 minutes. And that...
Is it like the saying go, it's the calm before the storm, and it's that eerie quiet where there's almost no breeze. It's like it's too quiet and it feels eerie. That's what I would imagine it feels like.
Breeze you get
like
is
no birds,
just they know. So clean and refreshing, like a hug from Jesus. And the birds are out there chirping like they don't have a care in the world, because they don't. It's a scientific fact that birds don't have to deal with dead batteries in a junk drawer.
Oh, I thought he was going to say the birds, you can't hear them. They're quiet because they know a storm is on the way, so they just zip it. Fly off.
It's like Mother Nature is just trying to butter you up right before she tries to murder you. I mean, it's perfect out there. It's the kind of weather that makes you start thinking, maybe this is the time to do a little yard work. And that is exactly how you know that moment is dangerous, because nothing in the South makes you feel productive without consequences. Which is exactly why you need to remember that there are some things that you just simply can't trust during a storm, especially commandment number 6. Thou shalt not trust the sirens. Tornado sirens are a lot like the self-checkout machines at a Walmart. I mean, they're pretty much everywhere, but who knows if or even when they're gonna work. If you're relying entirely on those tornado sirens to be your heads up when it's time to put your heads down, you might end up being just a little bit late to that realization. Right. And I know what some of y'all are saying, but I can hear it just fine on the first Wednesday of the month when they test it. Oh yeah, so can I, because I go running outside to go yell, come and get it, to a tornado that ain't there. So unless you live.
Matt's actually one of the ones that goes out, go, come and get it.
Right underneath those tornado sirens, there's a really good chance that you ain't gonna hear it when it really matters over the sound of all the rain, the thunder, and your neurotic dog tap dancing across the wooden floor like Fred Astaire having a freaking nervous breakdown. R.I.P. Major. Just get yourself one of those little weather radios or an app on your phone that's gonna screech like a banshee when you're in the path of a tornado, because that siren up there ain't for you. That's for somebody who's outside, who's not supposed to be outside. Because when it comes down to it, the only warning that really matters is when that half-naked meteorologist looks directly into that camera lens and tells you that a piece of fried chicken, tornado, has been spotted. And that's when things get real serious, real fast. Because you gotta figure out one very important thing: where the heck you live on that map. Because commandment number 7. Thou shalt recognize thy county when called upon.
Oh, I thought it was going to be you need to make that decision to evacuate or not. No. Is that kind of what it's similar here?
Now, this one feels like it should be basic knowledge, because everyone should be able to point to where they live on a map, or at the very least, know what county they live in. But unfortunately, that's not always the case. Now, thanks to modern technology, that complete lack of knowledge is now on full display for the world to see. Because
we rely on technology a little bit too much.
Because now, every time a big storm rolls through, these meteorologists go live on Facebook, and the comment section of those videos turn into just one giant cry for help. Is it headed to Buck Tussle? Did he say Turkey Creek Road? Oh no, is it gonna get me? Ma'am, we don't know where you live. You have provided us zero information outside your name and Facebook profile pictures. So no, we cannot tell you if a nader is headed right towards you. So I'm sorry, Sherry Hawkins Smith, who is, judging by your profile picture, a cat. Meanwhile, the meteorologist is still up there drawing polygons and naming counties and giving you exact directions, and it makes about as much sense to you as a Yankee trying to read the Waffle House menu for the first time. He's just sitting there in that yellow booth looking all smothered and covered and confused. And meanwhile, right now, you're about 10 minutes away from being scattered and chunked on the 6 o'clock news. R.I.P. Sherry Hawkinsmith.
Oh, scattered and chunked. Oh.
The world lost a good cat today, which is why commandment number 8, thou shalt mind your B's and your T's. No, I didn't mean your P's and your Q's. I meant B's and T's, as in bras and teeth. Because
bras and teeth?
One of 3 things is gonna be happening if you're inside that polygon. Scenario number 1, you don't get hit at all, but you spend a good bit of time in close quarters with somebody who will appreciate that you took the time to put some clothes on. Then there's scenario number 2, where you do get hit, but luckily you survive. And now you're on the nightly news talking about how it sounded like a freight train coming through here and something like that. I don't remember. I think they print the thing we're supposed to say on the back of our driver's license, but just know you're gonna look good on TV. Then there's the rare and unfortunate scenario number 3 where you do get hit and you meet Jesus. Now look, yes, Jesus loves you just the way you are. He don't care about how you look or the way you dress, but, you know, if I were going to meet Jesus face to face, I think I would at least like to put my teeth in, else he's...
He literally did say bras and teeth. Best case scenario. You've just had to spend an awful lot of time with your neighbours, your extended family, and they'll be grateful for you popping your bra on. Oh, but this is worse. Just a reminder to pop your denture in.
You're gonna probably ask me what happened to the first 2 sets I gave you. Now, I'm not saying that you should be wearing your whole Easter Sunday church outfit, but you probably also shouldn't be looking like you just lost a fight with a weed whacker. Now,
always remember
for
to put
most
your
of
dentures
y'all,
in.
that's where the story ends. But for a select group of individuals, this is unfortunately where the bad decisions begin. So pay close attention to this next one. Commandment number 9, thou shalt not rubberneck. Now, this one is truly only gonna apply to a very small segment of the audience, but they really, really need to hear it. If your area has been hit by a tornado and you are fortunate enough to keep all your property contained to your property, do not go out sightseeing through the neighborhood just to take a look at all the storm damage. This ain't Christmas. There ain't no pretty lights hanging up for you to gawk at. Actually, they probably, a few houses do have the Christmas lights still up, but they ain't got no power to turn them on. When one of these storms sent a massive oak tree right down the middle of my grandparents' house next door, and we were over there trying to check on Papa to see if he was, alive, we saw countless cars stop in the middle of the road just to get a better look at our situation. Around a quarter of them had enough Southern hospitality in them to at least ask us if we were okay and if we needed anything, but the rest of them just sat there and stared at us like we were the daggum zebras in a drive-through safari park. But honestly, they got it better than us because you at least rolled down your window and feed them by hand. Ooh, I know what you're thinking, Matt, calm down, but I can't. Because commandment number 10, thou shalt not relax.
Just before we move on to the next commandment, what is it about kind of human behavior that drives that? Because I'd love to believe that it's not just a morbid curiosity. It's not just people being nosy. You'd like to think that it is genuine concern for neighbours, or is it? I hope it is. That's what I would be thinking anyway. I think if this was me, you'd be going up and down, checking on everyone, asking if they're okay, if they need anything, or not just to have a gawk at the damage that's done. That's awful. Please tell me that's not the case.
Because hurricane season is next. If you make it out of spring tornado season unscathed, well, first of all, count your blessings. But secondly, don't get too comfortable, because right after that little period comes something we like to call hurricane season, where the storms are bigger, way bigger. And we give them names, terrifying names, like Opal and Wilma. But that's a video.
But why do they always sound like elderly ladies? Opal, Wilma. Beatrice.
Go for another time. Right now, you just need to keep your head on a swivel, your teeth in your mouth, and somebody, please God, teach Sherry Hawkinsmith how to read a map. No.
I remember your bra, apparently. Okay, so after tornado season, you have hurricane season. Am I right in thinking as well? Something just jogged my memory about Dixie Alley. That's later on in the year, isn't it? Is that how it differs from Tornado Alley? Tornado season? Is it a little bit later on? Maybe there's no difference at all. Let me know, guys. Still learning. They are absolutely terrifying. Do you just accept, for our viewers from southern states, do you just accept that they're a way of life and you deal with them as they happen? Or is there a big emphasis on being very prepared, like heightened awareness, like super prepared for in the event that they happen? I don't know how you do it without living in a permanent state of anxiety. But us Brits aren't used to it at all. You know, we complain about the rain, we complain when it's too hot, we complain when there's too much sun because the grass needs watering, but our weather problems are very minor. Guys, I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.